Welcome. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Michael Flecha, and welcome to another edition of the Cerebral Smack Talk live on YouTube.com. As always, I am with Anthony, the Hitman Florio, the man that tells it like it is, and the beautiful and delightful Twisted Angel Didi Woodson. Michael Bullock, we don't know if he's going to be on tonight. Anthony does not know. I guess you guys did not do your SmackDown chat then, Anthony? Is that what's happened?
That is correct.
All right, so hopefully Michael Bullock will be on tonight. We don't know for sure. However, we have a very, very, very loaded show, to say the very least, here tonight. I mean, this is probably one of the most loaded Cerebral Smack Talks I've had in a long time, I'll honestly say, because we're going to cover SmackDown Live in just a heartbeat. Then after that, I actually got some Ring of Honor news because there was an iPay-per-view that went down this past week, and it also included some guys from New Japan Pro Wrestling and Ring of Honor. So we had that. On top of that, New Japan Pro Wrestling dropped a major bomb on the entire wrestling world as they created a brand new title for and I'm going to give you the reason why and what the name of the title is. And actually here tonight on this show, I am going to give you a screenshot, a reveal of that new world title, whatever that title is. So we got that. And I also have some RWA news. The RWA is back better than ever, and they have a mega show coming up this Friday night from a brand new location in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. I'll give you all the details. That's right, the Mikey's Mindset is back here tonight. So with that said, before we get going, let's just dive right in. And we started it off with SmackDown Live from Manchester, New Hampshire at the SNHU Arena, live on USA. It started off with Kevin Owens. He basically commandeered the highlight reel of Chris Jericho, called it the new and improved highlight reel, said that he introduced him as the new face of America, the United States heavyweight champion, and said that he was a better host than he'll never ever will be seen again. That meaning Chris Jericho. Interrupted by AJ Styles, then interrupted again by the number one contender for the WWE Championship on Jinder Mahal. So unfortunately, I won't be able to cover it because due to my work commitments, I was unable to watch the show. So Anthony Florio, front and center, my friend. Give me your thoughts about the opening segment of tonight.
Well, I'll tell you, MF, Jinder was better here, but has yet to turn in a really impactful performance on the microphone. AJ Styles and Kevin Owens are very good at banter, but there's still something missing from this feud. It doesn't feel like either one of them are out for blood right now. But it's okay. The match that's going to happen at Backlash with AJ Styles and Kevin Owens for the United States Heavyweight Championship, without a question, is going to be the fight of the night. That's hands down right there. So those two were fine. And like I said, Jinder got better there, but I'm still not sold on it yet. I mean, he needs to do something to, really wow me, but he hasn't done that yet, if I'm going to be real honest with you. So no, but other than that, no worries about it. So that's all I can say on it. Like I said, it was pretty much by default the segment of the night, really. So that's all I can give it. So Didi Woodson, come on in and let's get your thoughts on that opening segment.
I totally agree. It was a really good segment. Jinder did need some work at the beginning, but as the segment went on, did pick up and get a little bit better. And he needs more stuff like this to work on his mic skills, because that's, in my opinion, that's where he's lacking the most right now. But I think the more practice he gets, the better off that will become as time goes on. So not much more I have to say about it. So let's move on, Mikey.
All right, and we're just gonna dive right into the first fight of the night, which was Jinder Mahal going one-on-one with the phenomenal AJ Styles. And when it was all said and done, the winner of the bout in 14 minutes and 29 seconds unofficially is Jinder Mahal. He beats AJ Styles with the Cobra Clutch Slam for the victory. Now, a little bit of some help from Kevin Owens and a little bit of some help from the Singh boys. But more importantly, big win, must needed win because, keep the momentum alive for Jinder as he fights Randy Orton Sunday night for the WWE Championship. Dee Woodson, what says you? What did you think about the match?
Hey, I thought it was a pretty good match. Not real crazy about all the interference that went on, but of course, you have to have it in there for the storyline building, and we all know that's what SmackDown is notorious for, is building their storylines, and they use every aspect, including interference, to do that. And this was definitely one of those times that it definitely fit into the storyline, having the Singh brothers and Kevin Owens getting involved. For me, I'm going to give this match 3 stars because it was a very action-packed match. So it's yours, Florio.
Yeah, 3 stars is right. This was my default fight of the night. Mahal needs marquee victories, and they are doing their absolute best to ensure he gets every opportunity to gain momentum. AJ Styles has some cover due to the shot to the knee, and he sold it like he couldn't walk. All that being said, Jinder has yet to have a signature performance despite getting in the ring with some of the best in the world. Hopefully, he proves to be worth the significant investment that they put into him. So, and Michael Bullock said it best. He said that the change to Smackdown Live was obviously going to be was going to do wonders for him. And yeah, maybe so as far as his positioning on the card, obviously, because now he's in this main event picture. But like I said, I'm still not sold yet. I do not impress easy, and I'm sorry, but not even AJ Styles could carry him to, that memorable match. But even though, like I said, it was the default fight of the night, it's only because some of the other matches didn't really wow me as much as this one did. So by default, fight of the night, solid 3 stars. That's all I can give it. So Jinder, nothing personal. It's just that I'm just not sold. Let's move on, MF.
All right, now I come to a point now. I want to leave this to you guys. I'm gonna open this up. If you want to call cutout, be my guest. If you don't, if you want to cover it, then we could. It was Breezango versus the Colognes. Breezango won it at 3 minutes and 55 seconds. Like I said, I leave this to you guys. If you want to call cutout, you can do that. If you want to.
Yeah.
All right. Dee Dee says she's passing. Anthony?
Yeah. Cut. No.
Cut. Okay. So that's that. All right. So the next thing we had was a 2-for-1 thing. Basically, there was a segment that had about pretty much the Sweet Valley High Mean Girls, as Anthony and Michael Bullock well loved to call them. They were involved, and then it later on led to a match between Naomi and Carmella, and the winner of the bout at 11 minutes and 49 seconds was Carmella. She beats the women's champion of SmackDown. So, Anthony, I'm going to give it to you. What did you think about this?
As far as the segment goes, it was a rather underwhelming segment. I guess I don't know what I expected. It seems like the entire division is in a holding pattern while they get this story out of the way. I wasn't really feeling that segment, and that's all I can say on that. So, I normally like contract signings, but that was one of the more meh contract signings I've seen in a while. As far as the match goes, the match was much better. I'm going to give it third best fight of the night honors. I'm going to give it about 2.5 stars. It was a longer match than I expected, but they kept up a decent pace, and everybody on the outside added enough intrigue to keep things interesting. The only downside for me was Naomi taking the loss for no reason. But they seem to be protecting Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair for something more important at the moment. And I already know what that more important thing is. You heard it here first. I think what's going to happen is I think those two are poised for a SmackDown Women's Championship program going into SummerSlam. Yes, that's what I think is going to happen. I don't know who's going to be the champ going in. My guess is maybe Charlotte Flair will probably be the champion going in. I could see Charlotte eventually getting that title match against Naomi. I think it'll probably be maybe at the next SmackDown event after this one, Money in the Bank, on June the 18th in St. Louis, Missouri. So I could see Charlotte winning the belt there and then maybe slowly turning her heel again. Or maybe they turn Becky heel because Becky has worked as a heel before. I remember watching something from NXT a few years ago when her and Sasha Banks were notorious heels when they went up against a babyface Alexa Bliss, who was the Disney princess-like character. And oh boy, have those roles changed over the last 3 years or so. But anyways, like I said, they're protecting Becky and Charlotte for something more important at the moment. And like I said, come SummerSlam, those two are going to be the SmackDown Women's Championship program going into SummerSlam. And if that's the case, I'm all for it. And that's the shot in the arm that this division honestly needs because, this whole Sweet Valley High Mean Girls thing has, more than overstayed its welcome with me. And don't even get me started on that stupid idiot Muttonhead Ellsworth. So that's all I can say on that. So the segment was, okay, solid, but not overly spectacular. One of the rather meh contract signings I've seen in a while. But the match was much better. But it was only 2.5 stars for me. Third best fight of the night. So before I give it to Dee Woodson, I'll say it like this. This goes to show you why Monday Night Raw has the better female talent, especially, as we said last night on Ridiculously Raw, the best female wrestler in the world today. That is your Raw Women's Champion, Alexa Bliss, 5 Feet of Fury. Period. And a statement and a quotation. Dee Woodson, women's wrestling expert here. I don't know. What do you make of all this? Because I don't know.
Well, first of all, when you comment on Alexa Bliss, where did she come from first before she went to Raw?
She was on SmackDown Live, I will admit it.
Yeah. That's the reason why she's the best right now. Yes, I will still not agree with her terminology of what she's calling herself, but she is definitely, for the short time she's been in the business, she's definitely become one of the best ladies wrestlers out there. And I can see her possibly by the time she retires hitting the Hall of Fame material. But that's enough about a Raw superstar. Let's get back to SmackDown. I agree the segment was kind of it was all right. They've had better contract signings. I'll agree on that. I think my favorite line, though, out of the whole thing was when Naomi pretty much called Ellsworth a girl. Because Ellsworth certainly didn't have any business out there, and I don't know what the heck he was talking about at the end there, but it was basically him being a waste of space. But as for the match, another one of these where you're basically building the storyline. Of course, Ellsworth being the first one to be thrown out, and then Tamina and Natty thrown out. But instead of them going to the back, they decided to attack Becky and Charlotte, causing a distraction for Carmella to win. Okay ending, but the match itself with the action was fairly good. Like I said, it's another one of these storyline things where basically the match itself didn't matter as much as building the storyline that goes around it. And I'll pretty much kind of agree with the rating. I mean, it wasn't the best female match we've had, but for the purpose that this is the go home show before the pay-per-view, it did its job in building the interest more than the contract signing did of the ladies match going into the pay-per-view. So not much more I have to say about that. So Fletch, it's yours.
All right, guys. So with that said, we're just gonna move on to the next part of the show, which was Dolph Ziggler cutting a promo about Shinsuke Nakamura. But this was a backstage segment, and Sami Zayn kind of came in. Not really too much about it. I'm just going to leave it at that. Main event of the evening, Baron Corbin one-on-one with the WWE Champion Randy Orton. The winner of the bout in 13 minutes and 10 seconds was the Viper, Randy Orton, RKO victory. And then at the end, well, let's say it like this. It was Jinder Mahal and his cronies showed up, and yeah, you can say it. They got the upper hand on Randy Orton this time around. Beat down relentlessly, led to the Cobra Clutch Slam at the end of the night. All right, D. Woodson, what did you make of the main event of the evening?
I'll agree with Anthony from what he said earlier. It was like this would be your second best fight of the night. The match definitely had some action going into it between Orton and Corbin, because Corbin pretty much countered, I think, just about every RKO Orton tried. But I think the more interesting aspect had to be the storyline building there at the end, where Jinder comes out again and tries to run Orton down, saying, doing all his spill about how he's the minority and he's going to pretty much take Orton out. So but for me, I'm going to give the match a 2.5 star rating. Not much more I'm going to say about it, because I know Florio will cover most of it. So it's all yours.
I agree. Second best fight of the night. I'm going to give it 2 3/4 stars. The match felt like a repeat of the last time we saw Orton and Corbin together. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad either. And this has been the theme of the night. Mahal just isn't clicking for me, but he is getting boos from the live crowd. It's hard to judge whether it's real heel or just people groaning that he doesn't fit in this position yet. But the noise is there. He's just missing the spark that comes from top shelf main event talents. I think it wouldn't be as obvious if he was tearing it up on the microphone. But so far, the all-around package seems like it's missing that je ne sais quoi that makes up memorable wrestling performances. But, yeah, so obviously they put Mahal and Orton over. They want to give both of them the momentum going into the match Sunday night for the title. And Mahal got the upper hand. I think we all know what that means. It's very, very likely Randy Orton's going to successfully defend the title on Sunday night, and he's going to hold that thing for a little bit. And like I said, that wild and crazy scenario I had some time ago, I have Randy Orton holding the WWE Championship up until SummerSlam, where I think he'll lose it to AJ Styles. And then in turn, AJ Styles will hold the WWE Championship until WrestleMania, and then he'll lose it to the King of Strong Style, if you know what I mean. So I think we all know where that's going. So let's see if I'm right on that, and I think I am. So 2 3/4 stars, second best fight of the night. So I know we got the overall review, and I'm going to lead off on that right now. Just like last night's Raw, I'm going to give it about 7 to 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, 3 quality matches on this show. I think the Mahal and AJ Styles match was by default the fight of the night, even though it wasn't exactly that Flair Steamboat 5-star classic that I ache for all the time. Second best fight, I would give it to Orton and Corbin, 2 3/4, and then the women's match, I'll give it 2.5 stars, and then the opening segment, I thought that came out really good, and nothing on this show remotely sucked, but it just felt like it was there, honestly. And as far as what I would recommend the show. The only thing I would say skip would be that ridiculous Fashion Files segment, which continued to annoy the snot out of me. And then, of course, on the other side, and also get rid of that subsequent tag team bout with Breezango against the Colognes. And other than that, everything else was fine, was solid to good. I'm not going to say anything was overly great. I'm middle of the road on the contract segment. I don't know if I can honestly recommend that in good conscience. I would definitely recommend the match, though. But, not the greatest go-home show for a pay-per-view, but I do have faith that on Sunday night, when we get to the IWC capital of the world, Chicago, Illinois, there is no doubt in my mind whatsoever that I think Backlash will deliver, because SmackDown Live pay-per-views always deliver. And I have no doubt about that in my mind whatsoever. But if I'm going to be real honest with you, and I'm not saying this, just because I am a Raw guy or I'm trying to stir the pot or anything, but if I'm going to be really honest with you, I got to say Monday Night Raw by a smidge was the better show. Just honestly. So, like I said, I'm not trying to stir the pot or, trying to get this whole Raw versus SmackDown thing going with me and MF. That's not what I want to do here. Last thing I want to do is start something, and I'm not going to do that. So just telling it like it is, like MF said at the start. So that's all I can say on that. 7 to 7.5 out of 10. D.D. Woodson, I don't know if you agree with that rating, but do you, or do you have it higher, lower, what?
No, I'll agree with the rating. It was like you said, it wasn't the best go home show. Jinder needs a whole lot of work. If they do end up giving him this title, I mean, it's not going to help him any, because he's not there. He's not at that quality that they need to be the main, superstar of SmackDown. Where you've had John Cena, you've had AJ Styles, you have Orton, you've had even Bray Wyatt. All these guys that can carry the show as their top name. I don't see Jinder there yet, especially with the fact that he has a lot of speaking issues there. Yeah, he's got the talent, but so far the talent's coming with these two bozos that are hanging outside the ring helping him win. So we're back to the way Charlotte started, where we have to have the help on the outside of the ring to help us win the title. So I don't see him being able to do this, not by himself. And if he does win the title, God help us, SmackDown's going to probably, I hate to say it, just take a rocket right back down to earth. And we don't really want that. We want both shows going up, both shows having the better rating. They're supposed to be competing for each other on who's the better show, because that's what Vince wanted with his kids to have a knockout drag out here. And so far, up till now, Shane has been winning all of them, and now this show, about even with Raw from Monday night. So we'll just have to kind of wait and see what happens. So not much more I had to say there. So I'll see you guys next week or this weekend. Good night, guys.
All right. Good night, Dee. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get into the Mikey's mindset. I know you guys have been waiting for. There's a lot to talk about. Like I said, first, I'm gonna hit you with the Ring of Honor news, because this week they had was the War of the Worlds. This is where Ring of Honor merges with New Japan Pro Wrestling, and they had 4 major shows in this event. Show number 1 was held in Toronto, Ontario, Canada at the Ted Reeve Arena. Show number 2 in Dearborn, Michigan at the Ford Community and Performing Arts Center. Show number 3 from the world-famous Hammerstein Ballroom, the Manhattan Center in New York City, New York. And show number 4 at the 2300 Arena in Philadelphia. Yes, if all you marks know, that's the ECW Arena in South Philadelphia. That was basically the biggest of them all. All right, so here is the 4-night card. Night 1. And there was 9 fights altogether on night 1. We had the Rebellion, Caprice Coleman and Rhett Titus versus the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. The winner of the bout was the Rebellion. They won the match. The next fight we had was a one-on-one fight. New Japan Pro Wrestling versus Ring of Honor. Shane Taylor, representing Ring of Honor, went up against Hoshirya Gato from New Japan. The winner of the bout was Gato. He got the victory. The next one we have was a 6-man tag team fight. It was Dalton Castle and the boys representing representing Ring of Honor, and they went up against Gato and Roppongi Vice, Trent Beretta, and Rocky Romero. If you guys know them from either WWE or TNA, that's where you know Trent Beretta was on WWE. Rocky Romero was a big name in TNA wrestling way back when, and they're part of a group called Chaos. The winners of the bout was actually the Ring of Honor crew. Dalton Castle and the boys gets the victory. Next up, we had was a 3-way match. Basically, yes, the old school ECW 3-way fight. Punisher Martinez, Hangman Adam Page representing the Bullet Club of New Japan Pro Wrestling, and Bully Ray, Bubba Ray Dudley. The winner of the bout was Bubba Ray. He gets the victory on this one. Okay, the next one, in many people's eyes, this was the fight of the night. Will Ospreay goes one-on-one with the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, and the winner of the bout was Cody Rhodes. He gets the victory on that one. Next fight we had was a tag team match. The Kingdom, Matt Taven and Vinny Maglanali goes up against members of Los Ignobles de Japón. It was Bushi and Tetsuya Naito, the winners of the bout. Yes, it was Los Ignobles de Japón. They get the victory on that one. Next up we had was a 3-way tag team dance. This one was the Briscoes, Mark and Jay Briscoe versus Beer City Bruisers and Silas Young versus two other members of Los Ignobles de Japón, which was Sadada and Evil. And the winners of the bout was the Briscoes. They get the victory in that one. And then in a one-on-one match, Kushida, one of the rising stars of New Japan Pro Wrestling, goes up against, just the greatest first-generation wrestler in the history of the world right now, Jay Lethal, former Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion, former Ring of Honor Television Champion, and Kushida beats Lethal, an upset. in our main event for night number 1, it was the Elite, Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, and Kenny Omega. And they went up in a 6-man tag team fight against Frankie Kazarian, the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion Christopher Daniels, and the ace of New Japan Pro Wrestling, Hiroshi Tanahashi. And when it was all said and done, the Elite gets the victory. Kenny Omega pinned Christopher Daniels for the win, and that got a lot of whispers going, because now some people are thinking that maybe Kenny Omega might be fighting Christopher Daniels for the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight title down the line, because he did pin the champion. All right. So that was night 1. Night 2. And we had, again, another 9-card fight. Night 2 started out with Dalton Castle going one-on-one with Bobby Fish. Dalton Castle gets the victory. The second fight that they had, okay, this one was crazy. 6-man tag team fight, Search and Destroy, which is Motor City Machine Guns and Jay White, and they went up against all the members of the Rebellion, Caprice Coleman, Reg Titus, and Shane Taylor. The winners of the bout, Search and Destroy. They get the victory. Then in fight number 3, this one was very interesting. Silas Young going one-on-one against Kushida. Winner of the bout, Silas Young. Fight number 4, in a tag team fight, War Machine. They went up against Hiroshi Tanahashi and Jay Lethal. The winners of the bout, Hanson and Raymond Rowe. War Machine gets the victory. Then in the next fight we had was a 6-man tag team fight. It was Bully Ray and the Briscoes representing Ring of Honor, and they went up against the members of Los Ingobernables de Japón, Bushi, Evil, and Sadaya. And one other note for this fight was no disqualification, 6-man tag team for the Ring of Honor 6-man tag team championship. The winners of the bout. And now the Ring of Honor 6-man tag team champions, Jay Briscoe, Mark Briscoe, and Bully Ray. They win the match. They keep the belts. And in the next fight we had was Tetsuya Naito representing Los Ingobernables de Japón going up against Punisher Martinez. Tetsuya Naito gets the victory. Then we had a match, and this was a number 1 contenders match. Basically, it's a proving ground, instant reward, 7-way match. Now, here's what the rules were. Because with Marty Scurll being the reigning and defending television champion, if he loses the match, the winner of the fight automatically gets a title shot right then and there at the end of the night. So, what it was? Here were the competitors: Cheeseburger, Bar City Bruiser, Frankie Kazarian, Gato from Chaos, Marty Scurll, who is the reigning champion, Vinny Malinati, and Will Ferrara. The winner of the bout and number 1 contender, Cheeseburger. Yes, Cheeseburger wins the match. He gets the automatic shot at Marty Scurll right then and there. They did the fight for the television championship, and the villain Marty Scurll successfully defends the title. Then our co-main event of the evening was a big fight. It was Matt Taven versus Christopher Daniels for the Ring of Honor World Championship. The winner of the bout and still Ring of Honor World Champion, Christopher Daniels. And in the main event, an 8-man tag team war. And when I mean war, the Bullet Club versus Chaos. Oh yes, it got real. Representing Chaos, Trent Beretta, Haruka Naito, Rocky Romero, and Will Ospreay. Representing Bullet Club, the Young Bucks, Adam Page, and Cody Rhodes. The winner of the bout, when it was all said and done, Chaos beats the Bullet Club. This was a big victory for Chaos. And yes, as a Chaos member, I was going off. I was going nuts. I was celebrating. Okay. Night 3. Whew. Okay. I had to take a breath here because there's a lot on this one. So, we got 8 fights. First off, again, Dalton Castle in a 4-way match against Bobby Fish, Kushida, and Silas Young. Winner of the bout, Dalton Castle. Next fight we had was Adam Page against Frankie Kazarian. Adam Page, Bullet Club, victory. Then we had a 3-way tag team fight. This time it was Search and Destroy, Chris Sabin and Jonathan Gresham against members of Los Ignobles de Japón, which was Evil and Sadat and Zendaya, and War Machine, Hansen, and Raymond Rowe. Winners of the bout, War Machine. They won that match. The next fight we had was Will Ospreay versus Jay White. Will Ospreay won the match. I'm going to tell you right now, we got a lot of love for that fight. There was a lot of people that was really happy with that match as well. So we're just going to go into the next one. It was for the 6-man tag team titles. It was the Briscoes and Bully Ray versus members of Chaos, Trent Beretta, Rocky Romero, Bulky Vice, and Haruka Gato, the winner of the bout, and still the 6-man tag team champions, the Briscoes and Bully Ray. And then we had a mega fight for the Ring of Honor Television Championship. It was the Villain, Marty Scurll, going one-on-one with Matt Sydal, the winner of the bout, and still Ring of Honor Television Champion was the Villain, Marty Scurll. Then we had a fight for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship. The champions, the Young Bucks, puts the titles on the line against Bushi and Tetsuya Naito, representing Los Ignobles de Japón, the winners of the bout, and still Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks. Super kicks for everyone. Then, in a one-on-one match, Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Adam Cole. The winner of the bout was Hiroshi Tanahashi. And in the main event at the Hammerstein Ballroom in New York, the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship was on the line, and it was Christopher Daniels versus Cody Rhodes versus Jay Lethal in a 3-way dance. The winners of the bout, or the winner of the bout, I should say, and still Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion, the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels. Okay, night number 4, the final night, and this was absolutely chaotic. All right, we had a proving ground fight, Josh Woods versus David Starr. These are 2 young guys from the Ring of Honor Academy. So when that fight went down, Josh Woods wins the match. Congratulations, Josh. Bear City Bruiser goes one-on-one with Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal wins by disqualification. Silas Young interfered in the match, so Jay Lethal wins. Then we had Cody Rhodes versus Frankie Kazarian. Cody Rhodes wins the match on that one. Then we had War Machine versus Cheeseburger and Will Ferrara. War Machine gets the victory. Then we had an 8-man tag team fight. All members of Los Ignobles de Japón, Bushi, Evil, Zendaya, and Tetsuya Naito versus Bully Ray, Dalton Castle, and the Briscoes. The winners of the bout, Los Ignobles de Japón gets the victory in that one. And then the next fight that we had was Hangman Page versus Adam Cole. Hangman Page wins the match, and then the unthinkable happened. The Bullet Club kicks out Adam Cole from the club, and they announced that Marty Scurll is the newest member of the Bullet Club. They basically throw Adam Page off the group in a major stunner. Nobody saw this coming. Yeah. So the next thing we had was Chuck Taylor and Roppongi Vice versus Bullet Club members Hangman Page. Well, actually, Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, and Hangman Page. I guess Page fought twice in one night. I don't know why that happened, but he did. Winners of the bout, Roppongi Vice and Chuck Taylor, they get the victory. Then we had the Rebellion, Red Titus and Shane Taylor versus members of Search and Destroy, which was Jay White and Jonathan Gresham. The fight got thrown out. It turned into an absolute brawl. Referee security had to get thrown out there. Yeah, it basically went. Let's just say this. It basically went hell in a handbasket, to say the very least. So that's what happened there. Then we had Marty Scurll putting the Ring of Honor World Television title on the line against Kushida, the winner of the bout, and new Ring of Honor Television Champion of the World, Kushida, representing New Japan Pro Wrestling. He's taken the belt to Japan, boys. I think Ring of Honor had a heart attack at that moment. Oh my God. Next thing we had was the Beer City Bruiser and Silas Young versus Bobby Fish and Jay Lethal. Beer City Bruiser and Silas Young gets the victory. Then the Kingdom versus Dalton Castle's boys. The winner of the bout in that one was Dalton. Actually, it was the Kingdom. They get the victory. Then in the co-main event of the evening, it was Punisher Martinez versus Joey Durango. The winner of the bout was Punisher Martinez. And finally, the main event of the last match of the entire show was the Addiction. Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels and Hiroshi Tanahashi versus members of Chaos, Harushi Gato, and Will Ospreay. The Addiction wins the match in that one. And then we had an impromptu street fight. I guess Marty Scurll and Adam Cole just didn't like each other, and they went South Philly style. They went Philly street fight at that. And Marty Scurll, I guess, was deemed the winner. So that's that. Oh, my God. Whew. Okay. I'm not done yet. Because now I have a big announcement. Yes, an announcement that is really going to change the factor of professional wrestling coming up. Coming up on July 1st and 2nd, there's going to be a special tournament held by New Japan Pro Wrestling, and they are going to have an International Wrestling Grand Prix tournament, a G1 special from Long Beach, California. Now, in this tournament, it is going to determine a history-making moment, because the winner of this tournament is going to become the first ever IWGP United States Heavyweight Champion. And ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in public, for the first time ever, I would like for you to feast your eyes on the IWGP United States Championship. Anthony,
Wow.
what do you say?
It is a beauty. Take a look at that, huh? A United States Heavyweight Championship in New Japan. I love it. Looks good.
New Japan has broken ground again, and for the first time ever, you're going to have a United States champion. And Derek Ferreira will be all over this. I know I will definitely have my eyes glued to this in Long Beach, California, when it goes down on July 1st and 2nd. And the winner of this tournament will get that beautiful belt. It is going to become the 8th active title in New Japan Pro Wrestling history, because they have many championship belts going on right now. They got the IWGP Heavyweight title. They got the IWGP Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. They got the Never Openweight title, which means anybody at any weight class can fight for that title. They got the tag team titles, the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship, the Junior Heavyweight Championship, the 6-man championship that just got added not too long ago, which was a Neverweight 6-man Tag Team Championship, and now this, the IWGP United States Championship, will now be on the line as well. And like I said, one more bit of news from the Mikey's Mindset tonight, because like I said, it is loaded, to say the very least. And the last thing I wanted to cover tonight was this. Coming up this Friday night, live from the new Chop Shop, which is at 225 Kiwanis Street in Providence. It is gonna be It's gonna be Ring of Honor, RWA. That's right, the Renegade Wrestling Alliance. They are back. They are better than ever, and they have announced so many matches for this fight card. So where does it begin? All right. So this is where we're gonna start. Here's one match, and I'm actually gonna put this on. I'm gonna screenshot this as well, because I want all you guys to see this. And here we go. We're going to have Just Alex go one-on-one with the Suplex Sweetheart, Asana or Arisa, as this is going to be a very good matchup. Just announced, too, just a couple of days ago. So this was just recently added to the card. There's the official fight card. Okay, this one is huge. This one is going to make history, because the winner of this fight is going to get a golden ticket. Jack Connor, Sean Leader, Lester, Izzy Starr, Amanda Fox, Chris Cruz, and David Baker. A 6-way elimination match. The winner gets to face the ace, Mike Montero, in the main event of Legacy 10. This is a number 1 contenders match for the right to fight for the Triple Crown Championship. This is literally the equivalent of the heavyweight championship of the world. You win this fight, you get the golden ticket to the RWA's WrestleMania main event. It don't get no bigger than that. Does not get bigger than that. Holy cow. All right. Next up, we have is another one-on-one match. And, okay, Billy Ware goes one-on-one with probably one of the most craziest, sadistic, certifiable maniacs in RWA history. It's gonna be Crimson Almeida. Crimson Al-Qaeda. This guy is this guy is a screw loose. That's all I'm saying. He is, yeah. You see the darkness, you see the evil, you see all the trouble. Yeah, trouble with a capital T. Billy Ware, get ready, my friend. You're gonna be in for a very long evening. Then on top of that, we have my boy, the insane Dick Lane. He is the reigning, defending RWA interdimensional champion. And yes, you crazy lunatics, he has issued an open challenge. What are you doing? He issued an open challenge, and he's gonna put his interdimensional championship on the line. Who on earth in all of time and all of space is going to be crazy enough to take this challenge on? And remember, P52, 52 planets, everybody around the world, from galaxies far, far away, and the whole 9 yards. You could get somebody from the Millennium Falcon. They could probably beam themselves into this place in Pawtucket on Friday night, and they could get an opportunity at becoming the interdimensional champion. The last time he put this belt on the line, the sexy Foxbot came in, showed up, and almost won the belt. So Dick Lane, be ready, my friend. Somebody's coming after your belt. I can guarantee you that much. Is there any other matches? Any other thing? Oh, yes, there is. Okay. We're about to make history with this one. For the first time ever in the history of professional wrestling, somebody is going to win. Now, I want to make it clear. Hold on. Let me see about this. Resolution, if the Middlesex Express pins the win, if okay, so here's the breakdown. It is gonna be, for the first time ever, a three-way dance. However, 2 championships are on the line. The heavy hitters are the challengers. The RWA Tag Team Champions of the World is the Middlesex Express. And more importantly, the Main Street Posse is the NCW Tag Team Champions. Now, in this situation, it's a three-way dance. However, if the Middlesex Express gets pinned, the team that pins the Middlesex Express wins the RWA Tag Team Championship. But vice versa, if the Main Street Posse gets pinned, the team that pins them wins the NCW Tag Team titles. So we could have double champions, or maybe one of the belts could flip. We don't know. One thing's for sure, this is going to be one incredible match, a big fight to say the very least, history making. And ladies and gentlemen, how does it go down? How can you get tickets for this event? Very simple. All you have to do is do this. It goes down this Friday night. It starts at 8 p.m. Eastern, live. And here's how you do it. Go to squareup.com/RW/store/RWA to purchase the tickets. This is the actual website. This is how you're going to get to the show. By doing it this, come on, guys. There you go. So there's your ticket information. This is how you get in. If you want, this is how you get it. If you want VIP seats, you click on that. General admission is $10, and for children 12 and under, it's $5. If you get the tickets from RWA, if you get the VIP, you get front row seats and a poster to the arena. General admission is basically $10, and the rest goes beyond. All right. So with that said, we're done for the night. This has been a long show, about an hour long. That's what I was hoping for. So, of course, as many of you guys know, tomorrow night is, well, I should say Friday night, Strictly Sports. Anthony ran the docket on Monday night for your show, so please go back or go onto the Strictly Sports page to check the full information for that as well. Unbelievable things going on. Saturday night, we are having a preview special. It's confirmed. I'm letting you guys know right now. We're doing it. Anthony, do you want to do 11 o'clock? Is that good for you? 10:30, 11? What do you say?
Whatever time's good for you, MF.
All right, then I guess we'll wait for Michael Bullock, get the horn with him, see what time he wants to do it, and then we'll do it then. So we'll see you guys on Saturday night for the preview of Backlash. And of course, please log on to Anthony Florio's channel on Friday night at 10:30 Eastern for Strictly Sports. Until then, for all of us here, for Anthony Florio, for Didi Woodson, I'm Michael Flecha. You know the routine, Huzz and Pounds. Have a good night, everybody, and so long for now.